Okay, third time's the charm. I kept getting interrupted. Um, gosh. Being on video, especially with my teeth the way they are, it's hard because people assume that I do drugs, I think, and I don't. And my teeth started chipping and falling apart about 3 years ago. It took some time, but if you're familiar with German New Medicine, which I feel is way more accurate than modern medicine, they relate emotions to physical ailments. And the teeth have to do with protection and being able to bite back or crush and chew an opponent, which I've been facing a lot of adversity the last 3 years, especially as more truth has come out in my own family, as my oldest revealed to me the abuse he's been going through, which I intuited. He was taken from me when he was 12 by these Masonic, this is Scottish Rite Masonry. I actually stupidly, when I was still going to regular doctors, got talked into taking him to a Scottish Rite place. They apparently tested for dyslexia. I gave them like over $2,000. I let them take him without me and come back, and they just said, "Oh, he's fine. He don't have dyslexia." And I thought, well, what was that? I mean, I used to have quite a lot of more money in my first marriage. I was, in the in crowd, the upper middle class. Drove a brand new white Suburban with all the bells and whistles, and had a 3,600 square foot home, 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths that I got to design myself, and we built and picked it out. I mean, believe it or not, this is what people strive for, right? Like, this is the pinnacle. I've been to there. And I can tell you it's not worth the price most of the time. I can tell you that even though I'm living a much more meager lifestyle and I don't have as many material possessions or money, and I am not going to the dentist to get these things fixed. I personally, it doesn't bother me other than what people might think. And so, whew, it's a lot to open up the gates of this racehorse that I am. I've been, banging on the stall and just ready to go, and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And this ordeal that's happened here has kind of been like, well, what's the point now in waiting? I should just speak. I should just speak my truth. And my kids are out there playing. Troy's watching them. So, this is all tied in and related. And I really feel like Creator, the true Creator, is protecting us and guiding us. There's so many signs, so many synchronicities that are just unmistakable. And I'm grateful for that. I really, really am grateful for that, because it gives me more faith to know that we're on the right path, even though it's difficult, and we are learning some much needed lessons. I keep hearing, if you're responsible for what you have, you'll be given more. And I believe that. And I practice gratitude for what I have here, and I take care of it to the best of my ability to make it as beautiful and comfortable and practical as possible. We believe in treating the children with respect. I grew up, being, the seen and not heard, and you do as I say, not as I do. People really taking things out on children because they don't have as much power. My oldest son taught me a lesson, a very powerful lesson, that they don't stay little forever. What you do to them when they're small, don't think that God isn't there watching. Don't think that you won't get karma, because you will. So treat the children with respect. Treat them as if they have as much value as a sentient being as you do. That is so key. Trust me. Like, you don't want your son to grow up to be a big bodybuilder and then bust a hole in your wall when he has a psychotic break because he hadn't seen you in 6 years and all of a sudden remembers how much abuse he's gone through. And when you tell him that people should not be sticking things in you where you do not want, and you tell him that, and he's never heard that before, the anger and the rage that comes up, and now he's got all these muscles and now he's huge. A lot of destruction, a lot of violence and rage, which I justifiably so, because of what he's been through. I understand. I wish I could have protected him better, but I bought into the lie. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, get a job, make money, make your career, let the children know. It's like, mommy's got to go. I got to do my career. It's basically saying to them they're not as important. They're not valuable. They're not as valuable as money. I was scared. And I thought they wouldn't be taken from me if I could make a better income. But I realize now that if I had just stayed with them, and followed my heart, them as co-creators, we would have co-created something together. I didn't see them as being as powerful as the adults in my life. And that was a huge mistake for me and them. And that many people make. Has a lot to do with why the world is the way it is. So, this is why my teeth are like this. My oldest son came back into my life, and around that time my teeth started falling apart, and as well as his. He had this same thing. When he was a little boy, he would get hurt and I would get hurt on the same spot. Like, we were so in sync with each other that it happened all the time like that. He's been to jail for breaking a Jesus statue at a Catholic church, crying out for God, needing help. The very same Catholic church that I believe he was abused at as a child. He spent time in mental hospitals, being restrained, fed medications that don't help. And yet he survived. He survived, and I'm so grateful. We don't talk right now. Last time we talked, after 6 years of being apart, it brought up a lot for him that he finally felt safe to feel. So anyways, it's because of him that I have the courage that I have to take a stand and to say I will do everything in my power to make sure that my children do not fall into the hands of these perverts, and to make sure that we create a life with loving, genuine people and that are safe. I mean, discernment is always wise to have, but I crave community of people I can trust and that would love me and my family. So, like-minded people, people that are awake, people that have done their healing work or doing their healing work. Um, yeah. When my oldest son had his psychotic break, and he was calling me after and threatening to kill me over and over again. He was very angry. I did everything in my power to keep him with me, but he was being manipulated, bribed, and blackmailed to be part of this boys' club, this Masonic cult. And I still believe in my heart he will be free, because at such a young age he's had so many realizations about this, and because I've done so much generational work on this, and some older people in my family too, we are bringing what's done in secret to the light. We are bringing these ways that we torture ourselves into unconsciousness and into unnecessary suffering. I know my children, even my older children, are warriors for that cause. And my job as a mother is to trust my animal instincts, to be my human animal mother, and to trust the earth, to trust the Creator, that the Creator equally wants my children to be treated well in all areas of their life, and that I would not be a good steward if I did not do that. So I'm not going to be manipulated by money. I've had everything. I've been at the top of what people consider successful, and yet my children and I were suffering in silence. So I guess I'm going to end it there. My battery's getting low.